I was in a conversation super recently, and somebody said, with a whole lot of conviction, virtual networking events cannot work. Now, I kind of know where he's coming from, because networking, that's a little bit cringe-worthy, and virtual networking feels really cringe-worthy. But I am here to tell you that virtual networking events can work, and they can work absolutely beautifully. A friend of mine was recently telling me about an online community that she joined that had weekly networking events. And what she said was they all got online, and there was 30 people in the room, and it was a free-for-all. And she said, I kind of regret joining. I don't feel like I'm going to really connect or meet anybody else. The time just didn't seem all that valuable to me. The experience that my friend just had made me think about my own experience when I was part of a solopreneurs network. Every month we had meetings, and the host of the meeting set a purpose. She kind of set a guiding light for every single meeting. And so she'd jump on the call and she'd say, okay, in the next 90 days, what are your goals for your business? And we would together work on our next 90 days goals. I would get to share my 90-day goals, and then other people would tell stories about when they had similar goals. And those stories really helped me figure out what I was going to do next. And because we were working shoulder to shoulder together on each other's goals, we were starting to build those meaningful connections. So, strategy number one, find a purpose for every virtual networking event. What is a goal you want them to reach? What is an outcome? Why is this group of people meeting together? What should they be doing? Find your purpose, the North Star, the guiding light. Number two, design for group size. Boy, size really matters when it comes to online networking events. There's some really interesting research that I have conducted with many respondents around this idea of group size. One question that I have asked over and over again is, when does the group size get too big for everybody to want to participate? And that happens really soon. So groups that are any bigger than about 14 members, you're gonna get most of that group opting out. And only a few people that feel a little bit more comfortable in that environment are going to opt in and talk. And we don't want that. We want, in a networking event, every single person to have an opportunity to talk. So you want to design for size. If you have an event that has 14 or less people, you can have it a little less structured. You can make it so that everybody is talking, and still you might want to do some breakout groups of 3 where people are diving in very deep. If you have a networking event that is more than 14 people, you want to start instituting a whole lot of structure. And so maybe what you do is, as the host, everybody's coming in and you are welcoming them and you are directing them to the chat. And so they are instantly interacting, and it breaks the ice. And very quickly, they're heading off to breakout groups. You're giving them a question that they're asking, and they're meeting some other people, and they're having that warm-up discussion very quick, and then they come back. And then you talk a little bit about the next thing that they're going to do, and they head off to breakout groups again, or they're talking in the chat. Make sure that your questions for them might get more substantive over time, but the point is, bigger groups, you want a lot more structure. The third strategy is you want to set the tone early on. So before people even come to your networking group, you can start to set the tone in the emails, on the registration page, on the web page. And when they get there, you can also set the tone. So how do you think about setting the tone? Think about how you want people to feel when they're in your virtual networking group. What are the emotions that you want them to feel? And ask that question. How do I want my attendees, my networkers, to feel when they are networking in my virtual networking event? Answer that question with emotions. How do you want them to feel? Do you want them to feel happy? Do you want them to feel engaged? Do you want them to feel joyful, connected, belonging? Any kind of emotion, how do you want them to feel? Answer that question for yourself. Cement maybe 1, 2, or 3 emotions into your brain, and that will change how you rate the registration page. It'll change how you rate the web page, the email, and it'll change how you behave as you're welcoming everybody into your networking event. Sometimes, if you don't ask for engagement, you don't get engagement. So it's unlikely that if I forget to ask you to like this video or share this video around, you're probably not gonna do it. So here I am asking you to go ahead and like and share this video with all of your colleagues so that they can create amazing, fantastic, meaningful, connection-filled virtual networking events for themselves.